G'day there, it's Dave here, Dave Mills. I've just had a lovely drink of cold tea and muesli bar, so I'm all energized to get going and to make this very important audio. And make sure you pay attention, because around halfway through the audio there's going to be a part B, a new picture, and so almost like a signpost as we work on our visualization as well. So when I look at this position here, you can make the mistake of actually thinking in terms of material. You would say, oh, well, black's up in material, but because the pawns are so advanced, remember that furtherance, acceleration, and because we know two connected passed pawns are better than a rook, on the 6th rank, the plan immediately becomes apparent on how white can win the endgame. Now, this could mean the difference between winning a tournament or coming second, and we see these positions all the time where masters particularly can miss this opportunity, particularly in the time pressure of the endgame. So, but typically, a strong grandmaster can earn their bread and butter from positions like this. Now, let's just have a look at this position and look at how we can, learn from it, how we can use it to our advantage. Obviously, White's position is, down in material, you would think, but because of that advancement, that furtherance, there's that pressure, that constant pressure. Even the passed H pawn is pressuring, it's tying down, burdening the king. So now the development momentum theory, momentum is applied here, and how can we accelerate this, and how can we acceleration is a change of velocity. How can we and obviously we want to advance. We want two connected passed pawns because they're worth more than a rook. Now, that passed pawn on d6, I value it as a value of 3. So if we can get the next pawn up there, it'll be valued at 6, which is worth more than a rook. So we can just from a very basic standpoint here, we can actually resolve this position and clarify it. And the knight, the advanced knight on c6, is in position to achieve your goal. Because remember, the plan is either to attack weak pawns or to push and promote passed pawns. So the plan is pretty obvious to us here. All right, I've stalled long enough. So knight to d8. What that does is it hits the loose rook on b7. It attacks the isolated f pawn, and so the rook moves to say d7, and then knight lops off the pawn on f7, and obviously then the rook recaptures, and then e6, and then you've achieved exactly what you want to achieve. All right, and so let's have a look at that position now. Let's have a look, and the position is actually quite devastating, because if you play rook takes d6, obviously you lose the rook on f7, and so what are you going to do? I mean, we literally have a point now where we have 5 passed pawns. Okay, once that f pawn is locked down, I mean, and those 2 pawns are worth more than a rook. So the rook plays back to f8, trying to control the promotion squares, which is completely understandable. And what would you play here? Would you play e7 or would you play d7? Well, in this situation here, after rook f8, d7 just screams to us, you know, because now you're actually threatening e7 once again with the threat on the rook and the threat of the promotion. So this position here is it's in a lot of trouble, and I'm sure you can just visualize your way there. Like say after rook f8 d7, there's several things that can be tried here, and but like even I think rook a8 was the move. I'm not sure, but after rook a8, I mean, promoting these pawns is the only thing that matters. So rook, you know, can take at b6 and then move to c6 and then go to c8, and it's all she wrote. So in this example, we can see just how powerful you know, two connected pass pawns are. We can see how the plan was very clear. It's not about the kings. It's not about the, obviously you want to have as much momentum with your pieces as possible, but it's about the pawns. It's about lopping off the weak pawns or promoting pawns. And this is just a glorious example. So after rook f8 in this position, d7, like say the rook plays to say the rook plays to b8, and you know, the position is resolving itself basically. So how play continues, not too sure, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty crushing at this point. So there you have it, and I would also like to add that I've had a very similar situation to this example, where I traded a knight for the key pawn so I could get these two connected pass pawns, and it just worked so beautifully. In fact, forced them to resign. That was an hour side match. That was pretty intense. So anyway, may the small folk sing songs of your greatness. May you have a great day. I know this was very beautiful, and I know it's going to affect your game immediately, and you're going to be able to apply this. It's practical. It's not hard to understand. So press the doobie-doos, subscribe, do all of that. I'll see you for the next video. Take care. Bye.